Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today it's going to be a book review of Better When He's Bad by Crownover. This is the first book in her new series, Welcome to the Point. This is a story that talks about Shane Baxter and Dovey, what is it, Price? Yes, Dovey Price. Bax and Dovey. Oh my gosh, this is a new adult read, so please be like 17 or older to read this. It's very steamy. Very steamy. I absolutely loved this book. It just came out this past Tuesday, June 17th, and I just couldn't put it down. I just finished it today. Today is the 19th. I started it on the 17th, and I went to take my time with it, and I did, and it was amazing. Crownover said that this book was going to be unlike anything that she has ever written, anything unlike any of her marked men. She said that Bax could really almost eat the marked men alive. Like, she didn't say that verbatim, but that's kind of how I took it. Like, Bax is a bad boy. You know the term bad boy, but we're like seriously meaning it in this particular case. So this book follows Shane Baxter and just his experience as he's just been released from prison, and he is seeking revenge almost on the people that put him there. He has a lot of questions as to why he was there anyway, because he was set up. And so he is on a journey to figure out who, what, why, when, how. And along that journey, he meets Dovey, who is his best friend's sister. On the road to self-discovery and, trying to figure out what happened to him and Dovey have quite a bit of interaction. And, Bax is a really hardcore bad boy. Like, he does not have time for your bullshit. He is very cold, very, no nonsense. And Dovey is very good, very loving, and very just all around decent. And so Dovey and Bax actually come from the same background almost, in terms of parents. And so it's really interesting to see the dichotomy between those two, how Bax just got to be so bad and Dovey isn't. But this book just really brings out a beautiful relationship between Bax and Dovey, how Bax influences Dovey and how she ends up influencing him, and how they just grow together as a team, friends, and then later on lovers. I loved this story. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am a huge fan of the Marked Men series, and Rule Archer, book number 1, he's my favorite. Like, everything about him is everything I love. And I was nervous because Jay even said that Bax could overthrow Rule. And I see what she meant. At the end of this book, I said it's a tie between Rule and Bax. I can't say that Bax beat Rule, because Rule is my heart. Like, he was the one that got me started in this whole thing. But Bax, oh my gosh. They're so different. They're absolutely 100% different. You can't really compare them because they are really different. But this story, Bax, or Shane Baxter, he is just an all-around bad boy, and not in just the quotations bad boy. He is really bad. Like, he comes from a bad background. He does a lot of bad things, and he's just a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. And there were so many things that happened. He was framed for such and such. There's this big crime boss in the area called the Point that is running things and pretty much wants Bax under his thumb. And Bax is very defiant, and he's his own person, very independent individual. And he's like, no, I'm my own person, F you. I'm just gonna go and just do my own thing. You don't run me, and that kind of thing. And he's just very cold. He's very cold, very closed off. And then he meets Dovey, who just shatters that and busts that whole thing wide open. And it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I am not going to talk about what happens in this book because I don't want to spoil anything. I need you guys, if you're interested in this book, to go pick it up and read it yourself. There are so many twists and turns, so many surprises. My friend Melissa, she is the founder of Crownover's Crowd on Facebook, which is the J Crownover fan page. I'll link it down below if you're interested in joining. I was texting her. She said, text me when you're done. Like, we need to talk. Like, this book was amazing. This is the best J Crownover book to date, in my opinion. Like, it was so good. The sex scenes were so good. And it's not even that. Like, I just really loved Bax. I loved just being in his head. And you really do get frustrated with him, but you understand. And I think that was the goal of this book. He was a bad guy. You can't excuse any of the things that he did. He was a bad guy. But by the end of the book, I was just like, I get it. Like, I still love you and you're amazing. Bax, I want you. Come into my body. That sounds weird, but that's what I was thinking. Like, he was just so difficult to love, but so amazing at it. Like, it was, I don't even know the words. Like, I'm still like thrown by how emotional I got with this book. And Dovey, let's talk about Dovey. This girl, do not underestimate her when you are reading this book. In the very beginning, you know, you're trying to get your bearings straight. You're trying to learn who Dovey is. And so you're just kind of like, okay, let me piece together who this girl is. But by the middle of the book, you're like, Dovey, that's what's up. I like Dovey. And then by the end of the book, I was like, oh, Dovey is the girl. You know, I love Dovey. Oh my gosh. You guys remember when I was doing my, I think, May recap or something, or not May. Yeah, May wrap up or something, when I read Nash, and I was talking about how I did not like Nash's girlfriend, Saint. Dovey is what's up. I love Dovey. Like, there was nothing that Dovey did, even, you know, in moments where I was just like, Dovey. I supported this girl. I was behind this girl 100% because she really was, she's so caring and so passionate and so loyal. And her interactions with Bax are everything. She is so brilliant at handling Shane Baxter. She was brilliant, and he realized how brilliant she was, and he was scared as hell. And it was just amazing. Bax had this whole plan of what he was gonna do. I'm gonna do A, B, C, D. And then here comes Dovey. She throws a wrench in his whole plan, and he doesn't know what to do. I loved it. Now, the supporting characters, Race, I loved Race. Race was cool. Titus was really cool. Novak was an evil son of a bitch. Like, Novak, he wasn't even in the book that much, but he was mentioned. That's how much power Novak had, and that's how good J Crownover was. He wasn't even really in the book most of the time, but you were just like, damn, Novak, you are one bad son of a bitch. And then, like, there are other supporting characters, you know, that pop up here and there. There's Gus, and then there's, was it Reese, whatever her name is. And you just see the interweavings of the characters and how they just work together and how the story just goes so well. It flows nicely. I think, honestly, and I've said this already, that this is the best work that Jay has written so far. It was the formatting of it, the pace of the story, the description of the characters, the interactions, the conversations, the character development. Shane Baxter's character developed brilliantly. I mean, absolutely brilliantly. I had no questions, no concerns. I was not disappointed by the end of this book. Dovey didn't really need to develop too much, even though she did develop. You see a huge change in Dovey. You see changes in Dovey because she ends up starting to have feelings for Shane Baxter. And so you change, you know, and you start to notice that about her. She's changing a little bit, but not deviating from who she really is. As a matter of fact, that is mentioned in the book by another character. I can't remember. It's probably Reeves or Reese or whatever. I think she says it at one point, like, you're still if more than anything, you're the person that you were meant to be, you know? And I just loved it. There were so many brilliant lines, brilliant quotes in this book. I'm gonna have a new tattoo soon. I just know it. I'm in love. I am in love. I do want to know more about Race and his story. I do want to know more about Titus. I would love to know more about Titus as well. I just was so pleased with this. I am really sad that it's over. When I was done with the book, I sat there, I texted Melissa, I said, I don't know what to do now. Like, I'm actually going through withdrawals already, and I just finished like 10 minutes ago. This book has a few surprises for you. So hang on to your hats. Bite your nails off if you want to. But this book was such an emotional experience for me. It held so many surprises. It just was so good. I kept thinking I discovered something, and then Melissa would be like, just wait. It was so good, you guys. It was so good. I'm having a really hard time articulating how good this book was, but I did give it a 5 out of 5 stars, hands down. It was that amazing for me. I have a new couple that I'm just all about. Bax and Dovey. So that is it for this video. I loved this book. If you guys are fans of Jay Crownover, go pick it up. I will leave Crownover's Crowd down below, the link to the Facebook group that you can request entry to. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Comment down below with anything you want to say, of course, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.